like the idea of an art community or living within community.
Yeah, I really do. I like the idea of artists getting together and you can have, you know, times where you can actually talk to, because I love talking to other artists that get inspired. They understand what I understand. Or they may teach me something, I may teach them something, but it's just being in a space where the knowing is present, knowing we know what it feels like. We know the struggle. And also the simple beauty of being an artist. It's magical. And not a lot of people get to experience this. And I'm pretty much isolated, you know. And then I think most artists are, we get in our studios, and I just finished a 20 painting series of portraits of essential workers. So yeah, I did that, and that's for the Lakeshore with June Sakaguchi. And the thing is, now I didn't tell you this part. I went to go get my COVID shot this past April, and I ended up in the ICU for 3 days.
What?
I had an anaphylactic reaction to it. I'm like, and I went to the University of Washington Hospital because my wife is a chaplain there, and she got hers, and then in that morning, she got her second one. And she was like, yeah, you should come here. It'd be better to be in a hospital situation and stuff. And I was like, yeah. And yeah, I was allergic to the Pfizer. And
wow.
Yeah. And out of the hundreds of thousands of people that they've, inoculated, vaccinated, it's like 3 of us who had anaphylactic. I'm one of those people.
Wow.
So I can't get booster shots. I can't get any other shots. So on top of that, I even feel more isolated. And, isolation is cool when it's kind of on your terms.
Yeah.
And then it kind of gets kind of weird when you're like, oh, it would be nice to kind of do that, go this place. And you understand.
Yeah.
And I've had some autoimmune situation, like with lymphoma, just crazy year. This last 2 years have just been unbelievably crazy, but also I feel really blessed because things did shut down and I could still paint,
Yeah.
I could still do what I do.
Yeah.
But it would be great to be in a community where, you could, talk to some people if they had a little meeting or something, and y'all gather around. And, I like that kind of thing. I've always been that kind of person. And it would be nice to be able to give back to the community and through art, because I teach, children and adults. And with my history of drugs, so now I have 22, well, in February, I'll have 22 years clean and sober. And
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's something I always want to give back, because there are a lot of folks who need like art therapy, and a different way to express themselves. So that is one of my big deals. And also, I want to paint portraits of incarcerated people, and particularly African-American women only. And the reason why I do that is because, think about it. The white man is number one, first, white woman two, second, the Asian man third, Asian woman fourth, then there's a black man, that's fifth. So technically, the African-American woman is sixth, like a sixth class person.
Wow.
And one day I was just thinking, I was like, okay, so where are we on this ladder? What rung are we? And then I was like, oh my God. So we're an afterthought. Now think about if you've been incarcerated, you have nothing coming. And the black woman is usually the nucleus of her family.
Yeah.
Most women are. So when she's incarcerated, and they say about 80% of women that are incarcerated is because of their boyfriend was selling drugs or whatever, and they take everything from your kids, your home, and they incarcerate you. A lot of them aren't drug addicts, some of them are. So they said, well, statistically, I've read that it can take 5 generations to get back where you left off. Not in a better place, but at the place where you were allowing your boyfriend to sell drugs.
Yeah, I
Now,
read that too. Yep.
so I want to encourage these women. I want to immortalize them. I want them to feel like somebody listened, somebody heard, somebody saw them, and to make them look as like everyday beautiful as possible. So that is my number one goal. And right now I can't even go to the prisons because I'm not vaccinated. And a lot of them are still closed because they're still, having their issues with the COVID being there.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of my dream of, I think, how important it is to give back and to share my experiences and to let people know that, that there is hope and to never give up. So yeah, that's who I am. And I love the idea of, having a space specifically to either invite folks in or to work in, and it's yours. It's mine.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just seems like space is so difficult to come by in so many
Yeah.
ways.
And this is only have to be in the Seattle city limits.
No, it doesn't. But the
Then,
first couple of models are because
yeah,
that's where we're getting our funding from.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of hard right now because folks don't really know what we're trying to do. I mean, I think people get it when I explain it, like how I just explained it, right? I
Yeah.
think people get it, but don't get it, if that makes sense. Like
Well, I
they
think,
want to see it,
yeah.
like they want to touch it, they want to feel it, and we're not. We're getting there.
No,
But it's also difficult
I,
because I gotta like advocate and I have to like, work with city planning and zoning and permitting, and
right.
it just all doesn't happen as fast as I would like it to happen, but it's
No, it
happening a lot
never,
faster than I thought it could.
well, I
You
mean,
know?
you've already started, so you've already begun, so you know it can be done. And that's the beauty of it. You're just going to be working off of that type of model. Um, I think it has potential for a lot of different great things. And you don't want to get too ahead of yourself because we as artists, I'll say me, I have an idea of making everything like so big. And it'd be nice to just kind of sometimes I have to, bring myself and really sit down and just kind of stay right here and not go up to the heavens and the skies and because and I can tell you're like that too. And just thinking of you'd like to live in a house or earth or somewhere in a tree house or something, So I like the idea. I definitely do. And I appreciate the forethought of thinking of generational wealth. That's huge. And we as African Americans, we don't have that luxury. It doesn't matter what city you would live in. It doesn't matter. Everybody isn't LeBron James or Michael Jordan or Oprah Winfrey, the ones who've made it. And you can see that in of any race. Most people are middle or lower class.
Yeah.
Or just straight up poor.
Right.
So we didn't have our grandparents, our ancestors passing down, let alone their knowledge to us, but they couldn't pass down any wealth to us, any
Right.
land. And I think is crucial to the well-being of our race. And I also think in terms of, just my little input is, I think it's important for us to have our own spaces as a community. I'm all for building a town.
Well, we're working on that.
Yeah,
That's what
really,
Shirley wants to build. Shirley wants to buy a town. One of those, I guess there's a lot of towns in between these cities in Texas that are just falling apart and people want to see something done. And she's like, for $1 million, Carol, you can actually buy a town and you could
wow,
reimagine and reinvent and
how
I was
cool.
like, wow. And she calls it um oh God, there's a term she uses and I can't, it's like repopulating the South, or that's not, I don't think that's the term she used, but it was something similar to that, where she wants folks to come back, but in a
Yeah,
different way where we actually like populate our own communities,
yeah.
on a large scale.
I'm really big on that. I like,
Yeah.
and I know some people would say, it's separatism, but I also think um segregation, integration, I should say, hasn't really worked out well for us
Yeah.
in the big picture. It just hasn't. So I'm kind of a segregationist. I really,
Yeah, but I mean, if you really want to talk about segregation, let's flip the coin on its head. There are already segregated
thank
spaces.
you.
There are already
I was trying to
segregated
keep it, no, but that is our reality. Most places in America aren't segregated.
exactly.
They're whole states. And then we sprinkle a little of us in some of the states. You're right.
Yeah, right.
And our government is segregated. And it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I get it. I get where you're coming from, which is why I'm hoping this is gonna be, I don't think it, I'm not expecting it to be the end all be all, but I hope that it's a part of the solution, and I hope that it's something that can work for multiple, you know, m- a, a multitude of folks in community, not just one model. Um, so we'll see, but that's the goal. That's
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. And I like that it doesn't have just one way.
yeah,
And I like that you're giving folks an opportunity to uh, create something that's going to be conducive for them,
right.
you know? So, you're not saying, no, it has to be here and it has to be this, and then you have to do it like this. In some ways, that's great for a lot of
Right.
people. Some people would, some people need some structure like that. And this is no, this where you're gonna live. This is gonna be the best place for you. No, but for some grown folks, you don't really want to stifle,
Yeah.
that process, because a lot of us never had an opportunity to do anything big or to do anything for ourselves or to do anything on a magnitude of actually owning a home.
Yeah.
And that just makes me kind of want to weep,
Yeah.
I mean, the beauty of, if you're not just thinking about yourself, but you're thinking of a community of folks, and then you want to even go nation, why can't you? Why couldn't you? It could be a big thing, and it'll be a let me think. Your last name is Williams, right? But
Yes.
it'll be Williamstown.
No, it won't be. Sorry to bust your bubble.
But I mean, things happen, and I think if you don't try, You
Yeah.
never know what can come out of it, you know? So that's a good thing. It's a good thing. I am definitely interested. And I don't always feel good. Today I feel pretty good. But I have a lot of I'm tired a lot, you know.
Yeah.
How are you? Are you tired a lot with the autoimmune?
I am tired a lot, and I think I've been working too much. So I'm actually trying to. So one more. I have like one more really big push the first week of December, and then I'm just gonna take the entire month of December off. I'm just gonna chill and just
Yeah.
like really, really, really chill.